So far, we've covered your overall festival strategy, what materials you should prepare before you start submitting, and what you should keep in mind while submitting. Now let's say everything went well, you did a great job and you've gotten into some decent festivals.
Congratulations!
Now the question is, how do you make sure you get the most out of your festival attendance? Film festivals are busy, fast and fun. It's very easy to attend a festival where your film is playing and have a great time but end up with nothing to show for it at the end.
You people have wasted my time, you've wasted the taxpayers' time.
If you don't stay focused, it will just come and go. So here's an important reminder of something I said in a previous video. Clearly define your goals before you submit. The same goes before you attend. Remember your goals and don't get distracted. Because festivals aren't the end goal, at least not for me. Festivals are a tool to build your career, by which I mean a tool for you to make more films, either by expanding your network, winning awards that make future financing easier, or by increasing your knowledge on how the industry works. So try to list your goals as things you want to get out of the festival. Maybe you want to exchange contact details with at least 10 producers. Maybe you want to talk to an actor you know is attending to attach to your next project. It could be anything, but by making it a concrete goal, it'll be easier to remember it and act on it. Now I want to talk a bit about your approach to networking. Maybe you're one of those people that goes to all the parties and knows everyone by the end of it. Maybe you have the unparalleled ability to make people want to hear your drunkenly slurred film pitch in a loud club at 4 a.m. But more than likely, you don't.
Perhaps, or perhaps not.
And more importantly, top-end experienced industry professionals are not going to be at the same party as you. And if they are, you're probably the last person they want to talk to.
Who the is that guy? Who the is that?
Network at networking events or places where people are more open to being approached in a professional context, because context matters, especially for first impressions. Besides, the parties are usually just a bunch of stuck-up wankers trying to one-up one another listening to shitty pop music.
Whack.
Not my idea of a good time.
You want to get out of here?
Make no mistake, if you want to make a career out of this, festivals are an industry event. Save your party energy for events you'll actually enjoy. I know some of you will say deals and contacts are made with short straws and bathroom stalls, but would you really take someone seriously based on that? I know it can be a foot in the door, but you're there because you do the same drugs, not because you have any probability of working together. The people I want to work with, I've almost exclusively met while working on projects, because I've seen how they work and I know they can deliver. The production companies and producers I'm interested in working with, I've seen their work and I know they can deliver. Anyone from the film industry I've met on a night out, if I haven't forgotten them the next day, I'll check out their work and usually it's not a fit. In my opinion, it's a waste of time. I just don't believe in this blend of work and parties that the film industry seems to love. I don't respect the farce of pretending that I'm not just at this shitty party to make contacts. Another thing about festivals is that almost everyone is trying to gauge how important you are and what they can get out of you. They will waste your time and your energy if you let them. You'll notice I mention wasting time a lot. Well, film festivals are short. You need to be efficient. Getting stuck in a conversation with a self-proclaimed fashion mogul is robbing you of time you could be spending talking to an experienced producer, financier, or distributor. Don't engage the leeches. Same goes for you, by the way. Don't waste people's time if you don't have anything to contribute. All relationships should be reciprocal, so try to be aware of what you can offer them. Don't just demand them to help you get your film made. No one gives a shit. Show what you can give.
I hope you're hungry for nothing.
Try to share why this film will fit into this production company's existing catalog, or why the film will connect with a particular target audience. For an actor, you can explain why the film would be an interesting challenge for them, or why the material is so powerful. On that note, another key tip I would say is to research the companies and people you're interested in. I've made the mistake of going to film festival parties and realizing I don't know who I need to talk to. So research the production companies, research their top people, and research the films they've made. I know you're an artist and you just want to live in your world of ideas and creative expression, but industry people relate to your work by connecting dots within the industry. That's how they talk and think. Who's working with who, what have they made, and how successful was it? You'll notice a relatively clear delineation between the rhetoric of industry people and artists. It's an unfortunate reality that when you're in their territory, you need to be able to talk shop like them.
Oh, I get it, yeah. Gee,
Keep in mind, once you have an experienced producer or agent, you can probably drop all of that and return to your artistic bubble, but I'm assuming if you're watching this, you're trying to get the ball rolling yourself. You might have heard me referring to markets and industry events related to film festivals. Some film festivals have separate or related events that are industry specific. You can usually only access them with an industry accreditation or if your film is playing at the festival. Some of the bigger ones in Europe are the EFM or European Film Market at the Berlinale and Marché du Film at Cannes. But there are more at other festivals, so double check before you attend. These markets usually have stands representing funding bodies, production companies, equipment companies, and other industry-related stakeholders. They also usually have talks, workshops, and pitching events, so research the festivals you're playing at to see if they have something like this and whether you need to apply for it separately. By the way, even if your film isn't playing at the festival, you can usually still apply for pitching opportunities at the markets. These markets are also the perfect place to make industry contacts because people are expressly there to make deals and talk shop.
Brass tacks, who buys this?
On that note, a good networking tip is to leave every valuable conversation with the possibility of a follow-up. That means you need to either give or better yet receive some kind of contact details.
Here's my number. Oh, great. You're gonna die, bitch.
This means that when the chaos of the festival blows over, you can follow up with an email, message, or call to say something like, hey, we spoke at blah 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 festival about something or other. If you're still interested, it would be great to see how we can move forward together. Something like this. You just need to make sure you give them context to where they know you from and the possibility to move forward together. The last thing is kind of a personal preference, but I think it's always good to have something physical to hand out, whether it's a business card, a postcard version of the poster for your film with contact details, or a booklet for your film with interviews with the director and actors. These ideas aren't that wild, but try to come up with something that stands out. I recently heard of a DP that delivered hand-bound booklets with stills from films he'd shot. From what I heard, one producer kept that booklet on his desk ever since. It's these little details that'll help you stand out. It's a creative industry after all, so try to do something a bit different that showcases your skill set.
Creative director here.
I think it can be a really nice touch if you're able to provide nicely designed quality materials. I know everything is digital today, but that's exactly why I think this can sometimes stand out. Something to think about anyway. Okay, so this finishes up this little series about film festivals. I tried to condense everything I've learned for the last few years, so I might make an updated version down the line if I think there's more to add. But I hope you gained something from it and managed to implement some of these things into your own approach to festivals. Please feel free to also share your experiences and tips, but for me, that's all for now. Thanks for listening, and see you soon.